2020 keeps doling out the fun surprises. You never know what you're going to get, and we are in for a good ride. Congratulations. We didn't get a chance to mention it yesterday to the Tampa Bay Rays, but tonight, it's all about the World Series, baby.
I know. We've got our blue on, and I will tell you, the thing I think I'm the most excited about is that both series, of course, forced a Game 7 to be able to get to the World Series. And just the fact that you've got the two best teams playing it out, of course, the Dodgers winning the most games in the season, Rays second, head-to-head, it's going to be a good series.
I know we didn't get a chance to talk about it yesterday, but we can't look at that winning, the winning moments enough from over the weekend, and hopefully that just continues.
And Carly, it's going to be an exciting one, so we had to call in our buddy. Orestes, how are you?
I'm doing great, ladies. How could I not be doing good? Listen, I'm back home in Miami visiting my parents, mom and dad, Yaya and Tati. 90 and 87 respectively. So, and this is where it all started for me. I've got my MVP trophy on my one shoulder there from Japan for interestingly a Nippon Series, their kind of version of the World Series. So I'm reminiscing, but also going through what is going to be a historic week for the Rays, a second time at the World Series, and hopefully 2020 is going to be incredible.
Yeah. So what is your thoughts going into this series, and what's kind of the big highlights for you that you're really looking forward to watching this?
Well, the big highlight for me has been that you get number one and number two, the best teams in both leagues. Very rare do you get a Super Bowl, a championship, series in the NBA or in MLB where you get the top two teams from both leagues pitting at the end. So you got the best team in the American League who won 40 games, and obviously our Rays. And then the best team in the National League and the Los Angeles Dodgers that won 43 games, best team in baseball record-wise. And again, it's David and Goliath one more time. And what I see really interestingly is that I'm kind of glad it's the Dodgers, because if the Rays pull this off, it'll be a trio or a trifecta, ladies, where it would have been beating the Yankees in the division series in 5 games dramatically, beating the Houston Astros dramatically in a Game 7, and then you beat the Dodgers. My goodness. It will be something, that we'll never forget.
It's interesting that let's talk a little Dodgers. Of course, they've been in the World Series 3 of the last 4 years. They're hungry after winning the last 2, brought up again, losing to the Houston Astros and the Red Sox there. What do you think of this team? At the beginning of this, did you think this team had the mojo and had the right stuff looking back, or are you still a little surprised and let's do it?
As far as the Rays or the Dodgers?
The Rays. Did you know this team had it?
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all that they're in this position. I think this is the position that they were kind of almost prepared for this year, especially in a truncated season where you can take advantage of the depth of pitching. When you're in this type of season, you're not going to get a lot of starters that are going to go 8, 9 innings, et cetera, because, there was a lot of injuries, because the guys not really fully ready. So you had a season where you needed to rely on a deep staff. And my goodness, they are the deepest and the most versatile of pitching staff, from starters to bullpen, you name it, interchangeable. They called guys up from Port Charlotte. So that does not surprise me. Offensively, they've been incredible because they're timely. They're not the best offensive team. Well, the Dodgers are a much better hitting team overall. But my goodness, the Rays are setting records this postseason by the number of home runs that they're hitting. And honestly, that's the only way they're really scoring runs. So, and then the Dodgers are an exciting team, a veteran team led by a very good friend and Dave Roberts, and his bench coach, Bob Guerin, also played with me. So, I respect those guys, but unfortunately, we're going to beat up on them.
So I want to get your thoughts on what this will do for the future of the Rays program and the organization, because there's been so much said right before this season about where the future was going to be headed. If we can pull this off and come home champions, which, we're rooting that they are, how do you think this will change where the stadium is, what the future of this program?
Mm-hmm. Well, the biggest change would be the conversation, Carly, about the stadium, because the type of ways that they've been directing what I call baseball operations, it's not going to change. They're one of the best, if not the best team in baseball ops as far as drafting players, developing players, grooming, and kind of promoting players, and have this mantra of positivity, and also very, very important, trading for players. So that's not going to change. In fact, probably more guys are going to want to play. But there's already a slew of players that really, buy into it and want to come to not only this great Tampa Bay area, but this organization that's well run, production wise. So that's not going to change. Now, it would change dramatically with reference to the stadium. Here's a little engine that could, and by all means, that engine needs a home, and it also needs support by the team to figure out a scenario that fits both in a public and a private venture, and keep this team here. This team should not be going anywhere. I don't believe that it'll ever not be here. This is my heartful feeling, and that this World Series victory or even just appearance is going to help in keeping it here in this area. And also, trifecta-wise, let's win the World Series, guys. And then we saw what Tom Brady did this weekend to Aaron Rodgers and co. So maybe a
Wouldn't that be something?
The world is looking at Tampa. The world.
Oh, good stuff. Orestes, always great to see you. By the way, you've got a postseason hat on, I see.
I do. I got a little postseason hat ready to roll. I got my baseball. And don't forget, we got the hottest Cuban in the world right now by the name of Randy Arozarena. And don't forget this little ditty. He hits a home run and he runs around the bases. Hey, Arozarena.
I love it. We love you. And go Rays tonight. We know it's a good night.
Thanks again, Orestes. Great seeing you, buddy.
You got it.